One. I think we're live. Yeah, just came up.
Awesome. Well, welcome everyone to another episode of Dice Droppers, where a group of friends sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons while attempting not to let their dice fall off a bunk bed.
You don't need to out me like that.
Joe customized.
I am your dungeon master, Lawson, and this is episode 10, right? Episode
Yeah, we made it
10.
to double digits.
Wow. That's surprising. But we are excited. It's going to be a nice, fun night tonight. So last we left off, our group of adventurers decided to continue their journey after gaining a lot of information in Rekka about Blackrock and the war and everything that had happened there. Upon arriving into the Kingdom of Jatara, they were greeted with a royal welcome by many royal guards, other patrons, and many of the citizens that live within this wondrous city. It is known as the city made of white stone with gold. So the White City of Gold is what it's called. And many people venture here for opening businesses, to stay, to join guilds, and in addition to that, live in a more high society than what typical people are accustomed to. Upon your arrival, you are greeted by King Julius, the Queen Eliza, and Prince Victor. All of which, and Prince Victor's probably, I would say, maybe 12 years old. He's not in his teens yet, but he is learning the ropes and following in his father's footsteps. King Julius is very happy to see everyone, and it greets your party with such excitement that he invites all of you to enjoy dinner at the royal palace, where there will be a wonderful buffet of food and assortments from all over the land. Your party gets here, and it is probably midday at this point. There are city guards lined up all over the place, all very much in wondrous, beautiful, polished armor with helmets that are covering, and very much similar to the white stone and gold emblem edging is all over them, and they wear a beautiful cape along with each one of the soldiers. Some of them have swords, some of them have bows, but for the most part, it is a really sight to behold. So at this point, they escort you up to the third tier of where this kingdom is located. It's pictured almost like a cake in terms of the tiers. It's about a 3-tier cake, each tier being a different section of the society. The first section being very much widespread and of commoners and merchants and shops and townsfolk that people are staying at, bars, taverns, some brothels, but a lot of an assortment of different merchants, shops, and where common people are staying. The second tier is really where the guilds stand and where a lot of the armories and blacksmiths, and in addition to that, of the mercenary, the soldiers, the barracks, a lot of the other royal guards, some of the royal guards stay there. The third tier, being towards the top, is where 4 of the highest guilds stay. Sorry, 5 of the highest guilds stay, surrounding which is the very top of this wondrous, beautiful city, the palace itself. A large tower sits on the east side, going from the second tier all the way towards the top, not being higher than the palace itself, where a large bell is there. Each tier is wrapped around with a full wall perimeter, where certain sections have almost towers that are covered over with different stones, some with ballistas, and in addition to that, some very large cauldrons filled with oil, just in case there could be a siege on the city. The walls are in the perimeter are well equipped with guards and archers and different soldiers, all making sure the safety of everyone in this realm. Your party is currently moving up the stairs, escorted on foot by the king, queen, and prince, along with a couple of royal guards following behind them and kind of giving them a little bit of space, almost separating yourself and the royal family. Walking up towards the second tier, being where the guild members are, you can see to the left of you a beautiful guild base of different symbols, and there's 5 of which that are wrapped around the whole thing. To the left of you, you see a gold one that's obviously has the emblem of the golden dragon. The next one over, you see it being silver, and a beautiful nest made of twigs and different wood pieces and everything are at the very top of it. It is a very large, almost rectangular shape, being that the nest has to sit at the very top, but the building itself is extremely tall, and not as wide as what you would say for the golden dragons.
Holy shit, it's the Silver Eagles.
The ones to the right of you, you do see the Black Dragon Keep, which is a very almost jagged claws that are kind of overlooking the archway of this big, large door. And then on the other side, you see a very white building, and it is known as the White Owls. The White Owls is another guild, and then across the opposite way, you know that for a fact is another wonderful guild of the Red Rose Guild. So that one has a lot of vines and different gardens that's kind of surround it. But each of these 5 guilds all are esteemed and regarded as the top 5 guilds of this capital city of Jatara. Recognizing the Silver Falcons one, obviously, you do see an individual that walks out, and you recognize him immediately as Dorn. As you're continuing being escorted, making your way up towards the palace.
Hello.
He waves in pure excitement. Hey guys, what's up?
I'll talk to you later. I have to go. I'm with the king.
No, you guys are great. You're good. Just have a good time. You guys are more than welcome to stay with us after.
Thank you. Thank you.
In between each of the guilds, there's like a different, like, almost appears to be like their own blacksmiths that are just kind of making, different noises, sharpening different tools, getting everything ready. You begin to make your way up towards the palace, and as you enter, there is a very long archway, which is obviously the throne room itself. There are 4 seats at the palace, which kind of confuses you at first is that you do see that Prince Victor is accompanied with Queen Eliza and King Julius. King Julius turns to you and goes, "My apologies for not introducing you before, but this is our daughter." And looking in front of you in a beautiful purple gown with dark black hair, beautiful eyes, is Princess Andianta. And he introduces you to her and says, "This is my daughter, Princess Andianta. She is just turned 18 and will be seeking the marriage proposals from numerous princes from out the land. We are really excited and proud of her." And she stops, kind of gives him like a side eye, like, "Okay, Dad, like, stop bragging about me." And she looks at the rest of you and goes, "It is a pleasure to meet all of you."
It's very nice to meet you as well.
Father, who are they? Oh, these are the heroes. These are the heroes. They obtained. Well, they obtained the item of choice, and we're very happy for them. He turns to the rest of your group and goes, so, what do you call your group here?
I'll step forward. I'll say, well, we haven't had a chance to formally discuss it as of yet, but I'm sure that if given a wonderful evening of conversation, it will form rather naturally between the rest of us, and you will learn it as well. In the meantime, I'll reach my hand out, twist the ring on my finger so that it's facing outward. My name is Selathil Kethara, of the House Kethara in Autumndale. It's a pleasure to make your proper acquaintance on behalf of House Kethara.
Well, it is a pleasure, and he doesn't like shake your hand or anything. He just gives you more of a proper nod forward. A couple of the guards kind of get a little bit closer, just making sure that one of them looks at you and goes, no touching the king. Apologies, but
I'll very clearly roll my eyes and bring it into a big, sweeping, very, very deep, overextended bow. Pleasure.
Okay, better. King Julius kind of laughs. He's like, "Oh, stop it! Don't worry about it. Here." And he as you stand back up, he greets you and shakes your hand. He goes, "Please, these are my guests. I'm really excited for them to be here." And what do we call you, big man? And he looks over at you, Karst, and looks up.
Me? Karst Sunborn, lieutenant of the Silver Falcons.
Oh,
To some
I
would say.
So you're a guild member, huh?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome. And it appears by your and he begins to walk around you and just checking out your armor. He goes, appears in your armor and everything. Looks like we have ourselves a cleric here. Interesting.
A follower of the Moon Maiden herself. Me and her, way back, best buds.
The Moon Maiden. Yes. Selune, yes. Very prominent deity, yes, very much. We actually have a temple over here that you might be very interested in visiting over on the second level down below. But yeah, they are very much well respected. I know that the Moon Maidens and a lot of the priestesses that are currently staying there would be more than happy to have someone that worships her and their company, especially someone traveled so far away.
Well, I'm looking forward to meeting them, Your Majesty, and I'll give a really awkward sort of bow, like I've never done it before.
He pats you on the back and he's like, oh, don't worry, please, stop with all the formalities. I mean, you're the heroes here. You obtained the egg, and I'm just so excited. And you, wow, you must be an Erganasi. Wow, you must be from Talavar. Am I wrong? Am I right there?
Indeed. Aura, unworthy, hailing from Talabar.
Aura, it is an absolute pleasure. I have not met an Air Ganassi before. I've met other Ganassi, but not an Air one. I've only read about your wondrous kingdom and where you are from.
It's fun.
And yes, we have
It's nice. Full of magic and stuff.
Interesting. Well, you'll have to tell me more about it tonight at dinner. I am very much excited. And looking at you, Eva, he goes, and yes, the one that I hear so much about from Dorn. I mean, he can't stop talking about you. It's kind of annoying, but I know he means good. I know he means well. Even though I have to correct him a few times and let him know that, yes, it is falcons. It is not eagles, it is falcons. I don't know where he thought of that. Anyway, Eva, I'm assuming this is you?
Yes, that is me.
We haven't formally met before.
It's very nice to meet your acquaintance, King Julius. And I kind of don't know whether to go for a handshake or a bow, so I just go for both.
Anyway, and you, madame, haven't heard much for you joining this group, but it appears that, they've really welcomed you as one of their own. And points to you, Morsh.
She might be frozen.
Morge
No.
is frozen in shock.
How do I kick her?
Sorry, hi.
Oh no, she's
Oh,
gone.
she's
Sorry.
yeah, go.
Hi,
Overcome with
Elsa.
emotion.
Right when I'm getting introduced, of course.
Hi, Elsa.
Terrible first impression.
Sorry. Morge is used to high society, so she's immediately just like, "My lord and lady of the city of Whitestone with gold, it is an honor to be in your presence. Truly, you have not heard of me as a bard makes best use of telling the stories of others, and yet I have been traveling with them for a while, and I have grown to love these as my own people, and I am here to sing their praises and not my own, my good lord and lady." And I just curtsy like so deep that my knees like touch the ground to the queen, and then stand back up.
Amazing. He is just overjoyed. He goes, "Now what a proper greeting that was." You see Queen Eliza, and she's like, "It's about time we have some high society members that actually know what they're doing besides your 5 guilds." "Oh, please, Eliza. It's okay. Like, you know the guilds do so much for us." Yes, but I'm just happy that we at least have someone that would be able to actually have proper etiquette here. Even though I know that these individuals have done a lot for us currently." She kind of walks and nods at you, Morge, and acknowledges how proper you were, and begins to
My
walk.
lady, in a few words, you sing my praises better than any others who have dared to try. I thank you for it. And I bow to her. I just curtsy at her again, because I can tell this is her thing.
She gives a really nice smile and actually walks over to what appears to be one of their advisors. It is a man who's dressed in very much nice white shirt. I would say purple lacing that kind of is the outlining of what appears to be a more lighter purple. So the darker purple on the lining, and then the light purple actual attire, and it's very noble and nice. And he's an elf. He's got blonde hair that's just very much like high top in terms of his hair and everything, and it is shaped and formed, and it's very much nice compared to a lot of the groomed men you've seen in your travels. And she goes, "Oh yes, make sure that this one sits next to me at dinner, please, as you wish, Your Majesty." You see as he takes out a little bit of almost like a clipboard, and he's just kind of writing some stuff down and puts it behind his back. Looks back at it and goes, "Yes, Your Majesty, you do have a meeting with the guild members in a few minutes. So why don't I escort these wonderful heroes here to their rooms, and we will let them kind of put their belongings away, get settled, and I'll make sure that they get back tonight for the dinner. Does that sound fantastic to you?" "Splendid. Thank you very much, Gerald. I really appreciate it." And kind of hits his back, and he's like, "Of course, Your Majesty." You see as the king walks up towards his throne, there are some guards that are bringing out a very large circular table with 6 chairs that sit around it. Even you know for a fact that this is the guild member. This is the guild's guild leaders meeting with the king, letting him know about different problems and things that happen within the realm. The guards escort you out of the throne room, through a room to the right side once you had entered. And as that happens, you hear a small little voice behind the rest of you. "Wow. This is a big room."
Oh no.
Guys, Crod made it. I made it, guys. I was with you guys. You didn't see me, and I'm just so happy to be here. And you see a couple of guards "Halt, you kobold, Speak your name. I am Crod. These are my best friends.
He's with us. He's with. Crod, come here. Come on.
We saw him when we left. I thought we saw him outside of the thing and waved goodbye to him.
You did.
We did.
And then
One Crod.
you made it. And then you made it to Rekka, and he found you guys and saw you guys. Crod was really excited. I asked Anton if I could come, and he said yeah. And so I followed you guys to Rekka and saw your fight, Sail, and you did really good. You did really good.
Thanks, Crod.
So anyway, I'm here because I wanted to hang out with my friends.
All right, Crod. We have. We're about to go to our rooms, Crod.
I know. I'm here simultaneously helping you guys.
All right, Crod. Well, just pick whoever you like the most today and follow them, and we'll all meet back after we've put our belongings down.
Okay, Crod will stay with you, Salithal, because you're my best friend. but Morge is also my best friend too. She's nice to me.
I'm gonna give like the smile of like the big brother whose mom just told them that they have to let their little brother hang out with them. And I'm just gonna like that like little like force like, yeah, okay.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
You did say pick whoever. You did pick whoever.
Lawson, you have experience with that smile, don't you? You can show everyone.
I'm gonna have that smile, and I'm gonna like quietly follow the guard with like Crod wrapped around like my my femur, and every time I step, he's stepping with me.
Yeah, and he's kind of like he's not like hugging you. He's just kind of like holding it as it's almost kind of like a trolley.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's just like holding it like on the side there, and he begins to like continue walking to your rooms. There is a hallway where there's like 10 rooms that are just open, and the guard goes, please pick your rooms, whatever you want. So each of you can go into a different room at this point.
Can I check which seems to be like the best room?
Sure. So Salithal, we'll say for the sake of it, like you're like opening doors, just kind of like looking into like each one of them. You get to the very end, and it is the corner room, and it actually has 2 opening in the windows, and it overlooks the eastern side of the city, and so you get like a beautiful view, and it's got more light and a little bit more spacious than the other ones.
All right, this one's mine. See you guys. I'll walk in.
Crowd goes, this one's ours. This one's ours. We're staying in that one.
All right.
Eva, I'm staying in the room with Salithal because Salithal said I'm his best friend, and I'm excited.
That's right. That's totally right. You should only stay with Salithal. I think it'll hurt his feelings if you choose to sleep with anyone else.
Well, I'm not going to sleep in the same bed as him because that would be Crud knows that would be rude. So I'll sleep on the floor because I'm nice.
We'll figure that out a little bit, and I'll step into the room, wait for Crud to come in. I'll close the door, and then I'll like squat down in front of Crud, and I'll ask, Crud, how excited would you be to see the city? Do you want to see the city, or do you just want to hang out with us for a little bit?
Crud's never been to a city before, other than where he lives. And well, Crud City was underground, not big, so it'd be fun. Crud would want to come.
You think it'd be fun? Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of hiding things then. And I'm going to take off my pack where with the dragon egg, and I'm going to look around the room to see if there's like a good place to stash it where it would be hidden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's what appears to be a vanity. It's very nice and open. There is a lock on it that you can, as a key, already placed in it, so that way you can lock your items and take the key with you. So you can put it in there. There's also a drawer that also has a key on there as well. And then behind the actual door that you had entered, there is a key that has a ring around it, so you can like put the keys on there for the different things that you need to lock if need be.
All right. I'm going to lock the one. I'm going to lock the vanity one, and I'm going to take that key, place it into the one by the door, lock that one, and then place the dragon egg inside the third one and lock that. And just so it's like several different steps that you would have to get through in order to get to the one that has the dragon egg.
Okay.
All right. After that, I'll step out and I'll wait for everybody else.
I'll just pick any random room. I just pick a good room.
You pick the one next to Crod and Saleful.
That's definitely where Eva would want to stay.
Moore's where you stay.
I don't think it would be.
If there's one that's like obviously by the servants' entrance, I want to stay there. Like
so,
if there's
Moore's, you stay in the first room. You stay in the first room that's shown to the next to you guys, like the first one.
Cool.
Because you know why.
I do. Yes.
You do. Because you'll be the first person to get served food, the first person to get help, clothes, attire, everything.
I also want to be able to like lean out and be like, psst, at whoever's on duty in the kitchen or cleaning or whatever, because the staff knows everything.
Yep, you're definitely in the first room then.
Yeah.
The hallway that you guys are currently staying in is like has a dead end, but another hall is where like the servants stay, which kind of make their way like down towards the castle that goes below. So that's kind of where all of them stay. So they have to like make their way upstairs and go down your hall. So you're in a perfect prime spot.
Perfect.
And what is Aura and Karst? Where are you guys staying?
Nothing really matters now. It's for me.
Okay.
Did they bring food out for the guild meeting that's coming up soon?
Yes.
I assume there's like hors d'oeuvres and stuff. Karst is gonna like hang back a little bit behind everyone, trying to like be really inconspicuous and look around to make sure no one's looking. He's gonna just try and take some of the food off the table and shove it in his mouth as he walks toward the room.
Yeah, you kind of look back around and you see that there's like a small table that's set with different food. You like grab like
shuffle backward toward it.
You grab an orange and an apple. So those are like the two things you grab like right away. And after you'd grab them, you kind of look back to see like if anyone had seen you, and you just see a couple servants that walk back over and put one single apple and one orange right to where you had taken it before.
I give them a little nod, and then as they walk away, I
Gerald
grab
actually,
those ones too.
You grab a couple more. Gerald just stands behind you and goes, Master Karst.
Lieutenant Karst, but I'll let it slide this time.
Yes, if you would like some food, we'd be happy to bring it to your room.
Like, to my room? Oh, that'd be great. I'm gonna be in that room. I'll just point out like a random one. I want food in 10 minutes.
You're
3 oranges.
Roll a d6 for me, because I'll pick your room.
A 6.
Okay, perfect. So you're actually you're in the room that's across from Morsh.
Okay.
Be happy to bring some food over. But there will be a dinner tonight, so I wouldn't say eat a ton because there's going to be a lot of food served.
Oh, don't worry. Karst comes hungry. And I'll turn
and then,
walk to my room.
Aura, what are you doing?
I'll just pick a random room.
All right, we'll just say for the sake of it that you take like a middle room that's on the same side as Karst.
Nice.
Across from Eva is where you currently are. So as you guys are getting acquainted and everything in your room, we'll say that a few moments pass. You guys are like grabbing your belongings. What do you guys want to do first?
Is this the amount of time where we are like? How long is it until? Because we came in midday. How long
Right.
is
So
it?
Yeah, what time of
midday.
day is it?
Dinner will be in about 5 hours, 6 hours probably. It's usually a little bit later, so I would say closer to like 6 or 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock is when you actually like want to be seated down and getting ready, and then dinner, like it's a lot of like there's like a banquet, and there's going to be a lot of food served and a lot of great meals that are going to be prepped. And there actually is going to be meals that are going to be presented in front of you too. You don't know, but you have heard really great things. So I would probably,
I know how it works.
yes. So I'd probably say like around 6 hours is how much time you would, or 5.5 is how much time you probably would have before you would need to get back into your rooms, change into some more proper attire. Which each of your rooms, as you would get back to it, would have nicer clothing for all of you.
I'm willing to sit back a little bit and see who goes where, and if I want to join them or not, or if I'm going to do my own thing. But I want to see everyone else disperse first.
Okay. So
I will get out of my room, and I'm going to go up to. I'm going to go up and knock on Karst's room.
Okay.
Who is it? What do you want? Did you bring my snacks?
It's Eva.
I'm gonna open the door just a little bit. Did the servants give you my snacks?
No.
What do you want, Eva? What do you want?
I was wondering if you wanted to go get the paper finalized for your entrance into the Silver Falcons.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Actually, I was meaning to head out anyway. I told you about my delivery, right? I've got a little box to deliver while we're in town here. Figured we could make a pit stop. Could be fun.
Sure, we can do that as well. Do you want to invite anyone else, or just the two of us?
Well, I figure Morge probably wants to go see the Silver Falcons, right? Considering she's one of us now. Or, well, I guess she has been, but
That's a good
could be
point.
fun.
All right. I'll say. All right. Are you ready to go?
All right, now just let me grab the box and I'll be ready. And I'm gonna run over and just throw it in
All right.
a
I'll
knapsack.
go. All right.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go over to Morge's room and knock on her door.
I just open it. I'm already in a robe that you don't remember me having. Like, hello, darling. How can I help you?
Hello, Morge. I was wondering if you would like to go with Karst and I to the Silver Falcons hideout, and then the Karst has a package to deliver.
That sounds wonderful. And can I do one of those like quick changes where I close the door and open it and I'm just in my adventuring gear?
100%.
Let's go whenever you're ready.
All right then.
That needs to be
So
a feat. Like,
I had it all
need
under
like
the robe.
super change, quick change.
It was all just on under the robe. I just put the robe on over and closed the door and took it off. So it's
Oh,
like in a
that's funny.
puddle around my feet.
Love it.
Nice.
Okay. So, all right. Are we all ready to go then?
Born ready.
Yes, I'll follow.
All right. I'm gonna just kind of walk out and go to the hideout because I'm assuming that one, Salathail doesn't care, and two, Aura
So the three of you are
doesn't really
going.
care either.
So the three of you are going to the Silver Falcons base. Aura, what are you doing?
I'm probably gonna go out and explore now.
Okay. And then
We'll find magic.
Salathail, are you going to go with Aura, or are you going to go with Crod somewhere?
I think I would. Well, Crod's sticking with he's like kind of stuck on me. I don't really have a choice.
Well, he's not
but,
holding you anymore. He's just near you.
Yeah. But I was going to
Like a
I
dog
was
on a
gonna-
leash.
if I saw them leave, I'd probably ask Aura if she wanted to go do any shopping, or we could go to a bar, See, because we've been to a lot of bars, but none inside a big city, and I feel like this is a place where we can get properly drunk.
That's fair. So I probably should do my shopping first, and then we'll go to a bar. That sounds
Sure,
fun.
let's go shopping. Let's go shopping.
What about Crawd, though?
Okay, and is everyone like? What are you guys when you guys leave? I'm just specifying. Are you guys taking your things with you?
I am.
Okay.
I have a bag of holding.
You don't have to. I'm just saying, like, it just in terms of specificity. For example, like if Salethel's like gonna get into a fight, like, are you gonna bring your shit?
I mean, I thought the entire point was we were dropping all our stuff off, but
I'll drop
be
off,
like,
It's up to you.
my.
It's up to you. I'm just again being a nice DM. You the players.
I think.
How would you guys envision doing stuff?
I'm going to be carrying my gold, and I'll still have my my tattoos, but otherwise I'll leave most of my stuff inside inside my room.
Okay.
I would leave my sword and shield.
Okay.
I need it.
I'll probably leave most of my bag. Oh, you go first.
Okay.
I'll leave everything except for my my wand and my spell book. I'll bring that along.
Yeah, I'll just strap my battle axe to my side.
Like the stuff that I actually need to cast spells. Everything else though, I'll leave in my room.
I'll leave my armor too. It's like just my battle axe at my side, normal clothes.
Uh-oh.
Okay, great. So, for the sake of this, we'll say that Aura and Salethel, I'll have you guys. Well, I'll talk to you guys in terms of like what you guys do first, and then I'll do the Silver Falcons after. Does that sound cool? Okay, so Aura and Salethel and their fun little friend Crawd continue on and move their way down. They move past the base, and as you guys are leaving, you do see that the guild members they're like a perimeter around the like main entrance of like royal guards that are like shoulder to shoulder. Not a lot of people are listening in on the conversation that's from afar, but you do see a lot of all the guild members that are still talking, and you hear Blackrock and things you already know leaving the palace and making your way down towards the first level. I'm assuming is that where you guys were going to go, correct? That's where all the taverns are and everything.
Yeah, the first level had the
shops, merchants,
just basic shops. Yeah.
The whole entire first, I'm going to call them like sectors. So like the first sector, in terms of kind of where you are, is there's like beautiful cobblestone that's like all throughout the city. There's not dirt, there's not grass. It is very much paved out and carved in. There are some spots where there are grass, but there's this very spotty where people are like growing stuff. There's like a couple trees that are still there, and it's a really nice and vibrant town. There are royal guards that you see usually in packs of like 3 or 4 members that are just patrolling, making sure that there's no thieves or anything. The current area that you guys are in, you continue walking a while, just kind of looking around the city. You do see some different shops, some that aren't too appealing to your eyes, but you do end up getting to one spot that you are really very much like keen on and everything, and it is a large bar, and it has an acorn just at the top, and it's not like a small acorn, but it's like very much what appears to be like a carved out in a piece of wood acorn, and it says acorn on the top of it. And Salethel, you immediately recognize some of the elvish bread that is being baked within this tavern, and is extremely appealing to you.
Okay, after we finish shopping, this is the place we're going to. I don't know the name, never been here, but this is where we're going.
It just says Acorn.
It just says Acorn. How cool is that? There's like the dancing dragon, like the drunken basilisk. I don't remember, but this is just Acorn.
Just Acorn.
There's beauty in simplicity. Anyway, I'm gonna try to take a mental note of where this is, and after we finish like shopping, I'm gonna try to find my way back here because I wanna go here.
Awesome. So you kind of note it down, and like take a mental note on like the cross streets of where it's currently located, and then you do see like a smaller fountain. That's kind of a good point and indicator that this is exactly like where you would want to go. Continuing on, you are looking at different like shops and everything. Are you guys looking for a bookshop? Are you looking for a magic shop? What specific shop are you currently looking for first?
Yeah, Salafell's looking for a bookshop.
Salathil is looking for a magic shop with like armor, like leather armor in the window. Just like anything that's like better, like very
Okay.
visibly better than what he's currently wearing.
Okay. So
Blacksmiths.
you hear a loud like ting of what appears to be like metal and everything. As you get closer, you see that this shop is called the 10th Ring. Okay. So as you enter the shop, there's a blacksmith that is just pounding away. He has like his hair is like all crazy and like almost kind of like bedhead hair. Very much muscular individual, stands at about, I would say, like 6'5", towering, like really tall for a human, very broad shoulders, and just slamming down what appears to be this very elegant blade that is almost wavy, but it has different symbols on it. He turns and looks at you, and as you make eye contact, he has a beautiful goatee that goes around his mouth, and he goes, "Can I help you?"
Yes, I was looking for well, you see, I wear leathers, and I would like some better leathers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you do magic, like magically inclined, if like I can have like one that's, better than what could be normally made, but if you know someone or if you can do it yourself, I would be much of a mind to seek out that price range.
Mm. So you want magic armor?
Yes. Or, if that's out of my price range, just better armor.
Okay. Well, what's your price range?
I've come into about 500-ish gold that I'd be willing to spend.
Hmm. He kind of like looks over and goes, "Well, I can tell you what. I mean, for that gold, I don't think you're really gonna get what you want. Magic armor is gonna be a lot more for sure."
How about some just better, like, say, padded leather? Something along those lines. Studded
Padded,
leather.
studded leather. And we'll see what I got. Mors, you wanted to say something?
I had earned 50 platinum by betting on the fight, and 20 of that was going to go to the winner of the fight, as I had invested 10, and we were going to split the winnings. So,
Hold on, I got the amount that you got. You got 50 platinum pieces.
so
20 of them would go to you. Perfect. Look at that. All of a
Just
sudden, you
was
look in your pocket and you remember that Morish gave you a bunch of platinum pieces.
Cool.
Wait, so she just gave Salafel extra, right?
Yeah,
I used
because
winnings. Yeah.
because
So I got 30.
I had complained earlier about not being able to get any money, and Morge said that she would give me money
Right.
from
Sorry,
what she
I
would
forgot.
And
Right.
I was very thankful and appreciative that Morge did end up giving me those 20 platinum pieces.
So, you want some studded leather, correct?
If that's all that's really available, yes.
He looks at you and he's like, "Oh yeah, here, try this on."
I'll catch it and like compare it.
Yeah, it looks like it'll fit you. He goes, "So that's gonna cost you 50 gold pieces."
All right. Any chance I could do it for 40?
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion is 20.
Natural or dirty?
No, 15 plus 5.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you and goes,
It
We'll
does
give it to
fit.
you. He looks at you and he's like, tell you what. I'll give it to you for 40. But you got to buy a dagger from me too.
Um,
And a nice one.
Can I look at the dagger that he offers?
Yeah, it is a beautiful dagger. And what's really cool about it is that the typical daggers that you've seen like have like a hilt and everything. This one, as you put your hand around it, it like almost is kind of like a jelly like kind of feel to it. And then it kind of, as you put your hand there, it perfectly it perfectly indents like where all your fingers and all the spaces in between your fingers are. So it's like the perfect grip. And as you're kind of like swinging it and everything, it's like perfectly balanced as all things should be. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist not saying that.
I'm buying a dagger from Thanos.
Right. So it's perfectly balanced. It does have like what appears to be like different symbols that have like different structs of metal, and it's really, really beautiful and etched perfectly. The edges are trimmed very elegantly, and he took a lot of time with this. He says, "That'll be 4 gold pieces for that. And I'll give you throw in the 40 for the studded armor. You got yourself a deal."
I'll pay him the full 50 that he asked for before, and I'll pick up the blade, pick it up and toss it, throw it, catch it.
Yeah, he gives you the 5 gold pieces back.
Very well made.
Enjoy.
Anything particularly special about it?
So the cool part about this one is that the range for this dagger is 30-70 instead of 20-60.
Okay.
Further.
So you can actually throw it further, mainly because for some reason, like the aerodynamics of how this like particular dagger is, it can be thrown a lot farther than what a typical dagger can be thrown.
Okay.
So just note that.
A dagger? Cool.
Yeah, it's a dagger, and then just make sure that when thrown, it's 30-70 instead of 20-60.
Okay.
And you also have studded leather too. So studded leather, I believe, is 12 plus your dex.
Mm-hmm.
You just had regular armor, regular leather, correct?
Okay, I did, yeah. So my AC is now 17 instead of 16.
Nice. There you go. Wow. All the way up. Moving all the way up. All right. Crowd looks at him and goes, "Sir, Crowd wants a dagger too. What can I get for this?" He puts a copper piece up on the table. Looks over the table, looks down. "Oh, haven't seen your kind before. For copper piece, buddy, I don't really know what I can do with one copper piece." Crowd's just kind of looking at me. He's like, "All right, here, give me a sec." And he like walks to the back and just pulls out like what appears to be like a wooden stake that's like really like nice wood. It's not just random rinky-dinks like hickory. Sharpens it up, takes some leather, wraps it around, and goes, Does that work for you?" Crowd's like, "Oh, this is awesome. Sailthal, check out my dagger. I'm just like you."
I do happen to have an extra just regular dagger.
Okay.
And I'll say, hold on. I'll slide it out of. Oh well, I didn't bring it because it's up in the room. Drat. Never mind. There goes my moment with Crod. I'll squat down and I'll see. Oh, crud, nice. And then I'll gesture out like my dagger and his dagger, and I'll pretend like to have like a little sword fight with him.
Yeah, he kind of like he can still like hit yours. He's like, it's like, yeah, this is fun, Sailthal. So, where do you want to go?
Probably magic bookshop would be the accurate term.
Okay. A few moments pass as you guys leave. The individual, the blacksmith, just kind of like gives you a nod. He's by the book, does business now, doesn't really do a lot of small talk. You guys continue on, and you see what appears to be a very nice, not a hut, but it's very like an open door. It's kind of like a chicken coop, but just larger size where people can walk into. So there's like a nice wooden incline that goes up inside of it. And as you walk up and through, you see that there are books everywhere. There's shelves that are lined up all across the room, on the 3 different walls, and there's a shopkeeper, a small gnome, older gnome. He's got white hair, he's got glasses on, wearing nicer clothing, reading a current book right now. And he goes, "Well, can I help? Can I help you for?"
Four.
Yeah, look around.
Yeah, no one else is by you. It's just you 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I was wondering. Do you have any books pertaining to magic crafting, creation of magical items? Reading?
Let me check. And he gets up on top of like what appears to be a ladder that's on the left side, and it's got these rails like right around each wall, almost in terms of like a U-shaped. And he's like pushing off and looking through, and he gets to like one section what appears to be like armors and armor, weapons, different sorts in that category. He looks through and pulls out a smaller book, and it slaps down on top of the counter, and it just says "The Basics of Magic Crafting." It's not a large book. It's very thin compared to what you've seen in normal books. And he goes, "This is probably the closest thing I got to it."
All right, be a good start. So, your starting price?
Oh, a price for this book? And he kind of looks over, and he knows that it's very rare, this book, even though it's basics. Like, there's not a lot of copies. And he does say that to you. He goes, "Well, it's not going to be cheap. I can tell you that. It's going to cost you 5,000 gold pieces." Or, 500 platinum. But again, I don't make the cost. It's just that these books are rare, and we're talking magic crafting. If everyone could buy it, then everyone would be crafting items.
Like you're a shop. I feel like you very much set the prices. Like,
yeah, because I know this stuff.
Yeah, but don't say you don't set the prices. If you're gonna like pull the super high price tag, be unapologetic about it.
There are other shops that you guys can go to, right? And they're gonna give you a lot more for it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fully agreeing with you. I just think it's rather silly to say that you don't set the price.
Look, I don't set the price. My competitors are the ones that are doing it too. It's what the norm is. I give it to you for free right now.
Oh,
but I have a business.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I'll pick up the book.
He snaps his fingers. The door slams shut. The door slams shut behind you. Goes, "Well, you won't be able to leave until you pay me."
I take the book out of Sailfield's hand. You do not mess with mages and books. It's not a very good idea.
He said that he'd give it to us for free.
No.
Those are the words.
I said that I would.
But what will it take for him to give it to us for free, though?
And fortunately, this book is not something that I can just give away. And he like does like a gesture up, and the book like goes back up into the shelf where it was before. He goes, and I'm gonna ask politely that you guys need to leave. I don't trust you two, and you need to go.
I'll take out a gold piece, slap it on the table for your time, and I'll start.
It
walking
hits
out.
the table, ricochets, and hits you directly square in the head.
Oh, that was rude. I'm gonna take a one punch at him, just right in the chest.
You're gonna try to punch an old man that's a gnome?
He hit me first.
He
I'm
didn't
punching
even
him in the
touch.
chest.
You put the coin on the table, and it bounced off and hit you in the head.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and block his punch.
All right. This is gonna be very interesting because I'm about ready to blow Fabs' mind right now. You're gonna love this.
Oh my god.
Fabs,
Okay.
you're punching. Go ahead and roll an attack roll for me, please.
This is just my strength and proficiency.
Yep.
It's a 10.
Yep.
10.
10.
As you go to punch, a tongue comes out from the table and like wraps around your hand, and it appears to be a mimic.
Oh.
And is like holding your hand right now and gripping like really tight. I apologize for the coin thing. Here, there, buddy. That there. It's just these guys were leaving. He was just trying to be polite. And the tongue that is wrapped around your arm just kind of begins to loosen and like slowly make its way back. There. You upset my pet.
I apologize for his rudeness.
Oh, it's okay.
Me as well. So,
I don't trust you guys. You know, you took the book off my table, and you know very well, Mr. Air Person, that us mages are very particular with our books.
Yeah, it's understandable. Really sorry for wasting your time.
Well, look. I'm always open for business, but fair price, you get what you want.
I'm going to take the coin off the table, flick it in the air, and when I catch it, it's just going to be my middle finger sticking up. Put it in my pocket, and I'm going to walk out. This guy's a prick.
Perhaps maybe sometime.
Have a good day. And
You'll treat the heroes of the city
he does
better.
two back to you.
Never
Perhaps
again.
next time you'll treat. Perhaps next time you'll treat the city's heroes better. The last.
I thought you were gonna blow your mind with the mimic table. That was come on.
That was interesting. That was awesome.
See, it was cool, but I was annoyed.
Or if I couldn't happy.
Yeah, I don't care.
Fucking suckered me.
Alrighty, Phil. That was a showing.
Yeah, rather uppity.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
He's
we're
kind of
gonna
an
have to
asshole.
start. We're gonna have to start fundraising if we want to get
Yeah.
that book.
It'll take time.
Here.
Hey,
All right, so you guys are making your way towards the acorn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'll walk as we're walking. I'll say here as a start, and I'll reach into my pouch and I'll take out 100 gold. Since I didn't need it this time, here's a little bit for you, just to top off. And I'll drop 100 gold into your hands.
We're just one step closer now.
Just a little closer.
I'll make that item. I'll make a magic item.
Oh my gosh! So, yes, a shopping spree. Finally, studded leather isn't practical, but you have to be on a niche medieval things. TikTok to know that.
Studded leather isn't practical, but D&D says it gives me an extra +1 to my armor class.
Hey, whatever works.
You can shut it, chat.
Shopping. Every time I see that word, I think of the movie White Chicks. Oh, that's funny.
Shopping.
Shopping. Amazing. Okay, so as you guys are making your way to the airport, we're going to deter to the other group. So, Morge, Karst, Eva, you three are making your way down the steps towards the Silver Falcon's hideout.
You said
Upon
that very
entering,
carefully.
Upon entering this base, you walk into the door, and obviously, like, knowing that you are a full-fledged member, the
I'm a
door
lieutenant. God damn it.
is an illusion. And you just walk right through. You don't even open it. You just walk right through.
Wait, can I be the last one to walk through and let them?
Sure.
Can I be the last one and see if they like see what they do?
Sure, absolutely. So Karst will say goes first.
Yeah, Karst is strolling right in. He goes to open the door,
'Cause
like
Karst
lean
is
into
a
it.
big
to
deal.
Yeah, Karst is a big deal. He's a lieutenant around here, so I'm gonna walk up and like go to turn the doorknob and lean into the door at the same time, like put my weight against it.
Okay. So the trick here is if you go to turn the doorknob, it becomes solid. So like you turn and you like go to push and it just like stops and you just right against it. You feel much resistance.
I think it's locked, Eva. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna like bop into it.
You go harder. Boom. Doesn't
Is Morge doing anything at this point or just watching?
Perception?
Yeah, you can roll an investigation check.
Has Morge been here before? Oh no.
No, but I have
No.
met the guild leader, and there's an off chance he told. I rolled a nat 20. Rolled a nat 20.
All right. So when he's hitting the door, you almost kind of see like based off of the vibrations of the door that it's like kind of flickering a little bit and like offset. So you know for a fact that this is an illusion. Roll a history check for me, and I'll put the DC low just to see if Dorn had mentioned it to you. Because knowing Dorn, I don't think he would actually have thought about mentioning that the door is an illusion to get in. But I think he might have mentioned to you something like, "Just walk on in." So,
Is intelligent?
roll a history
Intelligence.
check. Yeah, so that'd be intelligence. And the DC for this is going to be like
Intelligence.
super low.
I love how Lawson gives us the answer to the check before we ask him what the number was.
16?
What'd you roll?
16. Well,
16. Yeah, you just sort of like, I'm just gonna try this, and you go and you walk right in.
so if I know that not touching the doorknob will open the door, I want to pull a, oh, whatever will we do, and go to like pretend to faint and fall backwards through it, like knowingly catching myself on the other side. What are we going to do? Boom, through the door.
And you just see as Morris just leans back, oh, what are we gonna do? Just
The door ate her.
goes right in.
The door ate Morge.
I just like grab Karst by the shirt and kind of pull him while I walk through.
No, it's not taking me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna like poke my head.
Oh my god. That made my night. So I can totally just picture that whole thing happening. Like, boom, the door ate her. So stupid. Okay, sorry. that was awesome. All right, so what's Eva doing? Because I did not hear it.
Oh,
Shit, after I started laughing.
The door eater. I'm gonna just kind of walk up last and then grab Karst by the back of his collar and pull him through as I walk through.
All right, and you pull him in, and as you enter Karst, you're like, what? The room, the first floor, is a full open concept. There are stairs that are all made out of wood that go to the second floor, where there appears to be a There's like 3 hallways, different doors, where it appears to be where the rooms are. The first floor, there is a very open concept. So there's like a kitchen, there's some food, probably like 2 or 3 different tables there, and then one large main table that sits in the middle. There are some members that are currently there. You are greeted. You're greeted by Krell Vicintrenzy. Krell Vicintrenzy. There we go. He's a male. Vicintrenzy. That's a hell of a last name.
Steve Carell.
It's funny because I write some of these names down and then I'm like, oh, that's a great name. And then I go back to it and I'm trying to say it live stream and it's like
Woodchuck Chuckerson.
Exactly.
Woodchuck Coodchuck.
I'm just gonna make sure that like everyone. I'm gonna have a town that's called the town of Bob, and that every single person is named Bob in the city.
This is Bob. This is Bob. This is Bobbity Bob.
Bob.
This is Bibbity Boo Bob.
This is Bob, and this is Bob, and this is Bob. You know what his middle name is?
What are the deals to know?
That is another great idea. Anyway, he's a male elf, blonde hair, about shoulder length, green eyes. He's very lengthy and tall, and he's got a beautiful, elegant, elvish longsword that he has the side that Eva, you know for a fact, he hand carved himself. He greets you, Eva, and goes, "Eva, so excited to see you. It's wonderful to see the rest of you and these 2, what appears to be new members. But yes, Eva, and welcome. We're so excited to have you here." And you see as a couple other heads pop up that you know that are currently still there. He is, you know him for a fact as the guild recruitment officer. So he handles the finances, in regards to like their dues, allowances to everyone. He's kind of the financial guy behind the scenes, and also kind of like recruitment as well.
Is there any way that like we specifically greet each other, like, or should I like roll an intelligence check or something like that? Because I can't remember if there's like a certain way if we greet each other or not. Okay, I'll just do that, and I'll be like, it's very. I was actually thinking like this, like this thing. I don't know if that's a good thing.
You're hitting the woe like really poorly. Just
no, you're not. Your other arm is down, Chris.
Yeah.
You're like this, like it's perfectly across your chest.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You do that.
All right. I'll do that.
He greets you the same way, and looks at the 2 new members and goes, "Yes, the new members that we are very much happy to have here. You must be Karst and Morge, correct?"
That's correct, yeah.
Well, listen, all you need to do is pay your membership dues cost. Morge, you are taken care of because Dawn ended up paying for you. But yes, you just need to pay your membership dues cost, and we will be on our way.
How much are my membership dues?
As he begins to tell you, he's interrupted by an individual who's a male, very pudgy, large halfling with long brown hair. And he like pushes Krell aside and goes, 6,000 gold pieces.
See, I'm not very bright, but that doesn't sound right.
Tristel, he's
I look at it
Tristel
like
it's
face. Not.
He backhands Tristel in the face like, ow, fuck, Krell, what the hell, man? Can't you see that I'm having a nice conversation with our new members? Yeah, come on, man. But just like, it's funny, you know? Like, it's really funny. Like, if he paid the 6,000, we'd have a lot of money. He's part of the guild, and you know for a fact that doesn't make no sense. But then you could give me the gold, and then I can go out drinking. And he's like, bro, just like, Tristel, get out of here. And he like nudges him away. Krell's like, whatever. And he kind of waddles back to the table because he's just this like big, chubby, pudgy little gnome. You can't even see the length of his legs because he's just like crouched over. It's kind of like an Eric Cartman like type of vibe. He goes and sits down at the table with a female gnome, and then also appears to be like some food on the table as well. Sorry about that, cost. It's only 25 gold pieces for the whole year. That's your dues. Once you make the rank of lieutenant, your dues are covered, and then you would get an allowance in regards to that. The reason being is just because of the aspect of making sure that you are representing the guild in terms of any sort of judges or anything that you would, any damages that you would have to, let's say, face in whatever missions, we would cover that for you. And that's part of the dues. So it's not just you're paying us 25, it's you're investing in terms of the guild, and you are protected legally speaking from anyone else.
Right, so I'm not a lieutenant, because I've been telling everyone I'm a lieutenant. I'll be honest with you.
I kind of turn around and I'm like, you have?
Well, I thought I was the same rank as you. Like, we're in the same, we're a team, we're a squad.
No, guild members would get a very nice cloak along with their dues, courtesy of us. Once you make the rank of lieutenant, you do get a pendant on there that has a feather that is silver, like your two friends here, and both Morge and Eva have a lieutenant pin.
I'm gonna point at my pin on mine. I got this from Dawn himself. Yeah, he gave me one.
Oh, so you pull it up, and he's and Krell's like, "Oh, god damn it, Dorn, you did it again."
It's nice and shiny. He got me a good one.
Here, and he hands you 50 gold pieces, and he goes, "Well, welcome."
Aha! Thank you for paying your dues.
What did he hand him 50 gold pieces for?
Sorry, 25 gold pieces of the 50. He takes 25 back. He hands you 50. He goes, "Yeah, so this is your allowance, but this is your initial fees, and here for you." And he gives the 25 to you, Morsh. Because your allowance that you get is 50 gold pieces. You've already gotten yours, Eva, correct?
Money.
You told me my allowance was 10.
No, you get more. Your guild's growing, so he gives you the difference. He'll give you 40.
Right. Okay, cool. I should have gotten it twice, I think, now. So
Luke's like, this is unfair. This is BS. And I'm like, I corrected it for you. Here you go.
How does
Luke's like, okay, I'm fine.
money?
I've been paid twice now, I think, right?
This will be the second time.
This would be the second time. So, should I put down 100 or should I put down just 50?
It's up to you.
I'll just put down 100 because I won 100 pieces. I'm greedy like that.
Whatever. Anyway, so this base, really open concept. There are a few other members that are there. Not a lot, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that are currently in the.
Can I be like leading them and kind of showing them around, like what everything is?
Yeah, sure. So you're showing them around. On one wall, you see that there are the lists of like everyone that's on from the guild. Each person with like a different number next to them pertaining to the number of missions that they've completed for the realm. You see the coat of arms of the silver falcons. Nice drapes. There's like an owl bear skull that's hanging on one side of the mantle. You show them around. You show them the kitchen. The privy, other areas, and then in addition to that, you show them the upstairs, which is like there is a single staircase in the middle, headed up towards the top, which would be where the actual large silver eagle rests. But the ceilings itself are very high and large. There's a lot of windows.
And do I know like when you actually get a silver eagle or a silver falcon, or like do I know?
Everyone who joins the guild has access to silver falcons that can send messages everywhere. So there's like a lot of like smaller windows that are like making in different areas of the walls that are on each side. And
I guess I meant more of like the larger ones that are the ones that you actually ride. Yeah,
there's only one.
There's only one.
Okay. That's only for the guild leader.
Okay, my bad.
So
I just need to know this information so that way when I'm like tested, I fucking know.
Yeah, you're tested. Okay.
You know what would be a good way to remember that? Is if you wrote it down.
But I'm not a note taker. I'm not a note taker. I'm not a note taker.
To be fair, To be fair, this is the first time I've ever been told this.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so you continue making your way and showing them the ropes. Short female gnome with red.
Sorry.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say the last thing I wanted to really show them was school. So if you want to do this before or after, I don't care.
That's fine.
But I wanted to make sure I show Karst the school because I promised.
Of where you learn magic.
Of where I learned magic.
Yeah, it's not in your base.
Is it? Oh, it's separate. Okay.
That's a school. You're in your guild base.
Well,
Guild
I thought
base is
it
not
was.
a school.
We talked about it being big. We didn't talk about it if it was inside or outside of the actual
Yeah,
guild.
it's outside the guild. Yeah,
But it's in Dratara.
it is in Jatara. It's in the second tier.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's like a ton of like magic schools that are over there. So there are a few individuals that are around. There is an individual with an eye patch, short black hair, small mid-sized, lengthy guy. He's got an eye patch on one of his eyes, and he's got a toothpick in his mouth, and he's got his hood up, and he's just kind of drinking what appears to be some tea with his feet up on top of a table. The other individual, Tristal, yeah, okay.
Crystal's the halfling.
Yep, totally messed that up, but that's okay. Tristal, the halfling, is sitting with another gnome, a female, short gnome with red hair, and green eyes, what appears to be green eyes. And these individuals, Eva, like you've maybe had some like small conversations with, but the one that you know for sure is Podrigal, and she is a individual that is up at the very top, and she's a human paladin, very proper, and she has purple short spiky hair, and she has just exited one of the rooms and makes eye contact with you.
Okay. I'll kind of like.
Her name is Podrigal.
Podrigal.
R-E-G-A-L. Podrigal.
Cool. Podrigal. I am going to walk up to her and just kind of wave, and then once I get there, I'm going to introduce Karst and Morsh.
So you guys walk upstairs, and she looks at you. She's got two short swords on each of her sides, and she looks at you and goes, "Eva, nice to meet you. I see that you have some two fucking newbies here. They might be a lieutenant, but still newbies to me. So how have your travels been, Eva?"
They've been quite good. I mean, I've met a lot of new people, as you could see. But
hold on 1 second, Dristal! And then she takes out a dagger and just like throws it down. And you see as he's like in a cupboard and he's about ready to open it, it's like lands perfectly between his two fingers, and he goes, "That's my stash. Leave it alone." Okay. He gets back down and like moves back to his stable. Apologies. Yes. So your travels have been well?
Yes, I've met a lot of new people. And
Oh, interesting. And I see you have two members that I guess you and apparently Dorn to these two.
Yep, this is Morsh. And I kind of gesture.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is Karst.
Very
Wait,
classy.
should she only flip off Karst?
Very classy, kind of racist. Just saying.
Well, I'm sure that Eva will tell you that I am not a fan of newbies, and that you have to earn my respect, and then once earned, you'll have it. Eva's earned my respect multiple occasions going on missions together, and she saved my ass a few times.
Oh, well, it wasn't that much of a big deal.
Okay, listen. When we were in the swamps and you freaking lit the gator on fire, okay, that definitely saved me. All right, So appreciate it. She pats you on the back. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to in the city. And she begins to she leaves. She begins to walk out. Does anyone say anything to her before she leaves?
No, but I do want to look at Eva and be like, you never told me you were that cool.
I kind of like blush a little bit. I'm like, oh well, I have my moments.
I'm going to like something in the fire anyway. You have to tell me all the details.
Well, as much as as we kind of like walk, I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna have like kind of guide them out towards the entrance again, so that way we can start leaving and going towards the school. But as I'm doing this, I'm gonna be talking the whole time. So we're gonna be walking and talking. So I'm gonna tell her.
So you guys have left the base, correct?
We're leaving the base while I'm saying this, but
Okay.
As we're walking through the base to leave, I'm saying all this. Okay. Well, I've actually gone on a lot of missions before, and some have gone well, some haven't. But I mean, as much as I pride myself on being a wizard and trying to learn all of the arts, I do find myself being especially good at how do you say oh god, Luke can't remember the proficient in
Evocation?
no, not evocation. Well, yeah, evocation, but not like fire. I want to say fire magic, but like what's another word for fire magic? Pyromancy. God damn it, I can't remember that word. I find myself to be especially proficient at pyromancy.
That is marvelous to hear. You and I are going to have to throw some sort of bonfire party. Have you ever done fireworks?
Well, yes, I have, and I kind of cast sparks with my wand using prestidigitation.
Yeah, it flickers off.
You and I are going to have such fun and such trouble. It's going to be wonderful. I just follow you listening to your tales wherever you want to go. I'm completely enthralled now.
All right, so as once we get out of the actual entrance, I'm gonna be turned to Karst, and I'll be like, Karst, would you like to see the place where I learned all of my magic? There might be someone who can teach you how to teleport.
I would love that. That'd be great. Is it close by? Can we go now?
Eva gives a slight laugh and just goes, "Yes, it is."
Fantastic. Let's go.
As you guys are about ready to leave, you see a female short gnome with red hair and green eyes standing before you at the door and going, "Hello, hi. I know that you guys just got here, but my name is Cass. I know everything about everyone here, and in addition to that, I'm also a fabulous cook, as you can tell." And you see that Tristel is literally just like stuffing his face with very good at it. Yes, but anyway, I'm just so excited that we have some new members. So, what are your guys' names?
I just kind of step back and like let them introduce themselves.
Well, my name is Cost.
Oh, wonderful.
Lieutenant Cost, mind you. Pleasure to be here.
Oh,
wrong way. That way.
nice. Oh, don't be so formal, Karst. It's okay. You're just talking to me, Cass. It's all right.
My name is Moore, darling. It's wonderful to meet you.
Oh, wonderful. Nice to meet you as well. No, I'm so excited that you guys are joining. So, like, what brings you in? Why'd you join the Silver Falcons? Please tell me everything.
I'm gonna look at these two who have been, like, giggling and trying not to hit on each other the whole time and be like, why don't you two go look at your wonderful school of magic and I'll stay here and regale everyone with a tale or two?
All right. Well, if you don't want to see the School of Magic, that's all right. If it gets late, then we'll just meet you at the castle, okay?
Excellent.
All right.
Oh,
I kind of
wonderful. So you guys
walk
begin
off
to
with
make your way out. More so it's just you and Cass, and she sits there and is like super excited. You guys get down to a table. She gets some food. She actually takes a couple, like 1 or 2 plates away from Tristal, and he's kind of like, dark. She places it in front of you, and it's like this beautiful muffin that she's made with like different like blueberries, strawberries that are in it. So tell me everything.
As a bard, Morge will talk for like as long as you let her. So I'm willing to just be a cutaway from this scene before I talk for an hour.
Yeah, sure.
That's okay.
So we'll cut away. You're telling her about the travels and like what are you telling her about? Just give me some sort of information.
Can it be like a whole song? Like the second we leave, we just hear the bagpipes going.
It's very. I grew up in between worlds. I was poor and I was rich, and it was dirt and it was lavishness, and it's the whole, but like a fairy tale version of my life. Like
perfect.
musical numbers included.
Love
a
it.
2-hour stage production that I haven't.
She is eating it up at this point. Morge. During the conversation, you learn, after you had told the whole thing, Cass is like all about you. You and Cass are like best buds now.
Oh my god.
And she tells you a secret.
Tell me a secret, Cass.
She tells you that she has heard rumors. And I'll text you what they are, so that way no one else knows.
How dare you?
No one else there. I'll probably end up spilling the beans. Morge is a terrible gossip, it's true.
Fool. Love to hear it.
In the meantime, while our DM is texting private information to Morge, make sure to click on that follow button, guys. My camera's up here. I'm sorry. Make sure to click on that follow button, guys. Open chat if you want to interact with the stream. I promise we're looking over at it, but we just can't engage every so often.
If you guys
please.
also have any like NPC ideas that you want me to integrate into the next session, like feel free to throw your ideas in there. It could be anything. It could be like a giant snake that just falls from the sky, randomly hits someone in the head. It could be anything. But if I like it, I'll throw it into it.
It could be a rock with a face.
Okay, let's see.
Or it could be an NPC that's antagonistic to somebody who isn't a member of the Silver Falcons.
What if it's a rock that looks like a face rock?
Do you just want the Rock in our campaign?
No. It's a reference to Gravity Falls.
Oh, okay. That's a show I haven't seen.
It's funny. He's like, it's a rock that looks like a face rock. And then they're all like, so is it a face? And they're like, no, it's a rock that looks like a face. He's like, oh, so it's a rock. And they're like, no, you're not getting it. And he's like, does it talk? They're like, no,
Okay.
It's just a rock that has a face.
All right, perfect. So I just sent that off to you, Maya. You guys, so Karst and Eva, and guys, this is about like 2 or 3 o'clock at this point. So you continue on, and you get to for the sake of time, I'll just say you make your way through the streets, and it's in the second tier. So the third tier is where all the top guilds are. Second tier is where all the beautiful magic shops. And as you're passing through, you do see the School of Magic. That is a very large building, extremely rectangular. There's individuals that are practicing outside in the courtyard. Some of them are reading books. And Eva, you show Karst that this is exactly where you learned magic.
Well, here it is. This is where I learned almost all of my magic.
It's awesome. And the professors, they're top notch, right?
Well, do you think my skills are impressive?
They're alright. You got some room to grow.
Then
It's okay.
I kind of I sigh a little bit and I'm like, yes, they are. And then I kind of just walk into the school.
All right, you walk into the school, and there are a ton of classes that are currently in session. It is exactly what a school would appear to be. An individual approaches, which appears to be one human wearing what appears to be a nice white gown, and he has like a wand that's currently stashed away and it's like almost like little there's like a little like compartment where he like is holding it. He goes, "Interesting to see you again, Eva. It's been so long."
Who do I recognize this person?
His name is Gazen. 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 That's you don't know his last name. You just know him as Master Gazen.
Was he one of my teachers, or was he just like
he wasn't one of your teachers? He is currently the magic school kind of, I'm gonna call it principal, but we'll just say that he's kind of the main
caretaker.
Caretaker,
sort of
I'd say, is the best way to call it. Yeah, he's the caretaker of the school. He oversees everything, all the teachers and everyone.
And you said Gazen, right? Gazen?
Gazen.
Okay. Well, hello, Gazen. It's very nice to see you.
Yes. I see that you brought a friend. Can I ask why you are walking into our school at this hour? And currently classes are in the session for the next couple hours.
Oh, well, if you wouldn't mind, I was just going to show Karst a little bit around. He's a new member of the Silver Falcons, and he's actually a little bit interested in maybe enrolling here.
All right. Give me 1 second. He's gonna... Hell yeah. Natural 20, baby.
I'm dead.
He walks up to you, Karst, and
I stand up straight.
He doesn't have any hair, by the way. No hair. He's completely bald, shaved all over the top.
Okay, you didn't say that.
Black eyebrows. Caretaker, he's just wearing very white gowns, human. Stands at about 5'10", regular person, in terms of like stature and everything. Not overweight, not underweight, anything. Walks over to you and he places his hand just nicely on your shoulder. And he goes, "Karst." And you see as he closes his eyes and opens it up, you get a sense of there's like a glowing aura that goes around him, and it appears to be magical. Karst, you're kind of looking at him, and for a brief moment, he channels his energy. Do you pull away?
No, I'm gonna ride it out.
All right. He stops after a few moments and looks at you and goes, "Interesting. The Moon Maiden has chosen you to be one of her maybe champions." There's not much magic that I can teach you here that would help you, but I know that if you would maybe head to her temple, she might be able to give her what you seek.
Huh. So you're friendly with her too then, huh?
Listen, I'm merely a messenger from many gods. And that's why I am a caretaker here. I am able to see those who are worshipped and those who have deities over them. And I could sense that you had a deity over you. Eva, unfortunately, had to learn her way and learn a lot in school. There's not much I can teach you here. Maybe I can give you some pointers, and some of our other teachers might be able to in specific areas, but in terms of learning magic, well, you're best suited to learn from your patron, the Moon Maiden.
That's what all
So I
comes
would
back to.
implore you to head to her temple and maybe seek her guidance, as the priestesses also might be able to help you as well.
Well, Master, I appreciate your insight. It was very fortunate to have gotten the chance to talk with you.
And your name, by the way?
Oh, I didn't give it. Karst. Lieutenant Karst, Sunborn of the Silver Falcons.
Karst, yes. Sunborn. The Moon Maiden has chosen you to become one of her champions. If you do so desire to choose that journey, it is up to you. I am merely a messenger of many gods. and I help those that seek enlightenment and training, and for those that keep the common good. Our school here is really to keep the peace and to help those in need, as Eva knows. If you wish to seek for any advice, I am here. But I will say that your learning is only begun. But I would implore you to head to the Temple of the Moon Maiden. And before I forget, the temple is only open at night, which would make sense because...
It's fitting, yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Well,
So, that's what he says to you guys.
yeah. Well, I know you're busy. We won't waste too much of your time, but thank you for taking a moment. Perhaps we'll see you around again sometime.
But give me one moment. And he, walks over to what appears to be, small, little bench. It only sit, 2 people, and he, takes out, and is, in his pocket, a small parchment paper. And he just begins to, write in the air, and it's being written down. He rolls it up, ties a little string around it, and hands it to you, Carson. He goes, "This will be a letter of introduction to the High Priestess of the Moon Maiden's Temple.
Well, I appreciate
From
that.
me to you."
It's always good to have
course.
someone's introduction. I appreciate it.
That'll be a little bit easier for you to seek the guidance that you wish. And Eva, it appears that you have grown. And that you've also made some friends. I can see that you obviously will become stronger from those that you are, surrounded by. And it appears very light, which is good.
Good. I trust these people.
You see, as he says to you, I'm glad. I'm glad you do, and you found your way. As this happens, the doors open in a lot of classrooms, and younger kids, probably around 10, 12, begin to run through. There's different races of them. There's gnomes, there's elves, there's a few dwarves. Majority of them being human, but are all running into different classes and getting to the next. A few of them have books. Some of them are casting spells into the air, and it's just not even working. And it's just a hustle and bustle, almost kind of like a high school, just crammed in the hallway, moving all over the place. Do you guys leave at this point, or what do you guys do?
Well, I think it's time to get out of here.
What?
sorry.
Yeah. I was just gonna ask what time of day it was.
Yeah, at this point, it's getting later in the afternoon, so it's
Okay.
3 or 4 o'clock at this point.
All right, so we should probably switch it.
I'm gonna keep my cool until we get outside, and then right as soon as we get outside, I'm gonna turn to Eve and be like, "Did you hear what he said? I'm gonna get to do cool stuff, right? I'm gonna go on one side, I'm gonna be like, poof, and I'm gonna be like, poof on the other side.
Yeah.
I'm
That's gonna be great,
do it.
Cars.
Is there anything?
That'll be awesome.
Is there anything like that you've ever wanted to do, Eva? Ever since you were just little?
I kind of are we walking at this point, or are we stopped?
Yeah, we're walking a little bit, I think. Not fast.
Okay, all right. Well, then I do stop, and I'm kind of put my head down, and I'm like, I just want to know how to cast every single spell.
Well, I mean, you already know
See if there's
every spell, don't you? I've seen you do greasy spells and fiery spells.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. What kind of spells do you want to do? Do you want to do spells that make things really tiny? Spells that
I want
turn things into frogs, maybe?
spells. I want spells that'll be able to save them.
Save the frogs? Or the tiny people?
Pete.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh. Because this honestly is really funny, but I am also trying to stay in character.
Fuck it, I'm laughing.
I Karst, when we get back, I think I need to tell you about the reason why I joined the Silver Falcons.
Well, I'm gonna get really serious. All of a sudden, like, Eva, we've known each other for a little while now, and I would love that. We'll sit down, we'll have a chat. I'll get some tea. You know, we have servants back at the hotel. They'll bring us whatever we want. Oranges, apples, you got it.
I like how that's the only two things that he knows that they have.
Food that you ordered before we left, waiting for you in your room because you asked them to wait 10 minutes and then left 60 seconds later. So.
Oh, Karst is fully expecting those oranges on his table when he gets back. He did not leave a note. But he will be disappointed.
At this point, we're gonna head kind of pan back to Aura and Salithol.
Oh, why not Morge? I want to hear more about her amazing epic adventures.
Morge needs to be like a comic book. Morge's amazing.
She needs to have her
marvelous adventures.
She needs to have her own one-off and just like have an
sure.
entire episode of her
100%.
just like playing around.
There's gonna be one day where none of the rest of you can make it, and it's just gonna be me and Lawson. It's gonna be awesome.
And it's gonna be the most highly watched stream episode of all time.
500 viewers.
When just comic relief is there, though. Like, my whole is based around you guys setting up, thinking about it. Doesn't work as well.
It's perfect because you and I know for a fact that if I could totally do a session like that with you, and we would have way too much fun.
Well, yeah.
I would like to just show up so that I could watch. I wouldn't even play.
We're not even busy. We just decided to do that day.
It sounds like this needs to happen, so we'll have to figure that out.
Morge's epic adventure.
Anyway, so you guys get to the so Aura and Salithol get to the Acorn Tavern. That's where you wanted to go next, correct?
I kind of wanted to. I forgot originally, but I also wanted to buy a poisoner's kit and a disguise kit.
Okay,
somewhere
that would be another
Sure.
magic shop. So we'll just say for the sake of this, you wanted a poisoner's kit, correct?
A poisoner's kit and a disguise kit.
Oh.
All right, let me check.
I
have so many tabs open. By the way, it's like insane. So I'm just trying to find make sure I get everything.
I can get you the player's handbook prices if you like.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, so disguise kit's 25 gold pieces, and then poisoner's kit. It's
a little bit more expensive, I think.
I think it's like 50, maybe. Could be wrong.
I think
yep,
so as
50.
well,
Yeah, it's 50. So we'll just say for the sake of this, if you just want to you go into like a smaller magic shop, you definitely get the disguise kit for sure. It does cost a decent amount. The poisoner's kit, it takes you a little while looking around, but you make your way into this smaller little shop that's in between these big huge houses, and there's a human in there, and he's shorter. He's at 4 foot stature, and he goes by the name of Torch. And the reason being is because he just blows up stuff half the time. And he looks at you and he goes, so, you really want the poisoner's kit?
I'm going to lean forward in Thieves' Cant, and I'm going to say, no, I want a cooking class. Yes, I want a poisoner's kit.
And he says back in Thieves' Cant, fuck, yes, I'll give this to you. And he just hands it to you.
Oh, he just hands it to me?
He just hands it, straight up hands it to you.
Walks 2 steps out the door, it explodes.
I'm going to give a very big smile, and I'm going to take 15 gold out, and I'll just say as a tip. I'll put it on the table in front of him.
Hey, can you do me a favor though?
Oh, this sounds very interesting.
All right, listen. When nobody's looking, I need you to take this file, put it across the street onto that guy's front porch. Can you do that for me?
You want it when nobody's looking.
Nobody's looking. Just put it on the front porch and walk away.
I'm gonna pick it up. Can
Okay.
I look at it and see what it is?
Sure,
And, like,
absolutely. Yeah, roll an investigation check. Let's see if you know what the hell it's inside of it. It's like this, like reddish, kind of orangey type of, like liquid inside of it.
Natural 20 for a 23.
Well,
This is the most nat 20s in a single session.
Yeah.
Um,
My first roll last session was a 22, but the last time
being as you are not an alchemist and you don't have any idea what this type of potion is, you are investigating and looking at it, you get a whiff and it smells almost like burning. And you get a hunch that this shit's gonna catch on fire. So it seems like a vial of fire potion of fire for sure. And that's a natural 20, by the way. The DC was a 20, so like there's no way for you to have known that.
I'm gonna give him a little side eye, small grin, and I'm gonna lean over to Aura. Aura.
yeah.
Do you want to help me with something funny?
No.
Funny how?
Listen,
Funny
you guys, I don't care how it gets put on the porch. All I know is that it just needs to go to that asshole across the street who keeps fucking bugging me, and I just want you to put it there, okay? He takes his goggles off his forehead. He goes, I don't care how you guys do it, just do it. Puts it on his head, and he starts like pouring different like potions in the back, like with his back towards you guys.
I'm gonna lean back over to Torch and say, Torch, just do me a favor and like shut up just a little bit while I convince my friend who's probably not really with it. And I'm gonna lean immediately back over to Aura. Aura, so do you think that you could turn into something like small and unobtrusive and carry something over across the street for me?
What is it?
I'm gonna pick up the little file and be like, just has to be big enough to carry this.
Is it bad?
I don't think it's bad.
Can I have a look at it?
Sure.
I'll hold it. I'll hold it in front of her.
It's not big. It's like small.
I'll just like gently shake it a little bit. Come on, it's fine.
Sure.
All right.
I turn to a rat.
Oh my god.
All right. I'm going to take. Let's see. Oh, I don't have anything else on me because all my stuff's up in the castle.
I'm gonna have Aura roll a perception check for me. Where's the vial? Whose hand is it?
I have it in my hands, but she just turned into a rat, so I'm kind of like crouching down now, and I'm like,
I'm gonna have. Okay, let's see if I can do this check. I don't know what it would be against. Yeah. Crod is standing there, and he just like is like he just grabs the flask and goes, "I'll do it."
No.
You know what, Crod? I think here I'll pick up Crod and I'll like put him like in like the toddler position, like over my shoulders.
What are you doing? Oh, this is wow. You guys, Crod likes this. You can see a lot from up here.
And I'll just hand it over to Rat Aura, and I'll go, just put it across the street. Catch up with us in a little bit. I'll walk slow, and I'll like stand up and like put Crod on my shoulders and like start slowly walking out of the alley and looking over towards where.
As you're leaving, the like human torch, like the torch is like he's like, pleasure doing business with you, and like you just hear an explosion, like God damn it! He's like takes his like shirt off, is like smacking the flames that are off from all this like different different potions and vials that are all over the place. You begin to walk out. Karate goes, "Wow, this is nice. I wish I was this tall." Or you're taking the vial across the street, right?
Yep.
Okay. Being as you're a rat and you're staying low to the ground, no one's really noticing you at all. So I'm just gonna have you roll a stealth check for me. You need to roll a 5 or higher.
Nat 1. Let's go.
Roll a 10. So that's
Yeah,
fine.
you're fine. So scurrying off, you make your way. I need you to roll one more.
That's what rat. Oh, 18. I'm fine.
Yeah. You make your way and you get to the porch. Do you set it down?
Yes.
Cool. You set the vial down and you begin to leave. Okay. A few moments pass.
I turn around the corner and I like drop shape and turn back to Aura.
Okay. Cool.
How far away am I? Am I like? Because I said I
probably. Yeah, you guys are probably maybe like 20 or 30 feet like away from this porch and there are people that are walking by. No one's noticed you. And all of a sudden you just smell the fire that's beginning to ensue and turn back around. You see that the porch is just lit on fire. And it's not like huge smokes everywhere, but it's just like one particular spot, probably like 2 or 3 feet in terms of height, and only maybe like a foot in length. The door swings open. There's this large man that's standing there with this big red beard and red hair. He goes, What the heck? He starts stomping on the flames, and as he does, you just see the flames that just disperse and stop, and it's just pure poop. He's like, "Oh God, there's poop everywhere." The door swings open from across the street. Torch looks at him and goes, take that. So you did this to me. And they're just bickering back and forth like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
I reach up and I cover Crod's ears.
Yeah. Earmuffs. Crowd goes, come on, let me listen. I want to listen.
I'm gonna look back over towards Aura and I said, "Would it be funny?"
Yeah, I feel a lot better now.
We're gonna walk back towards the tavern, the Acorn Tavern.
Okay. So at this point, you get to the Acorn Tavern, okay? And in there, there's a bar owner with white hair, and he has almost kind of like white, kind of glossed over eyes. And he's currently facing the opposite direction of once you enter. It is an extremely proper bar. There's not a piece of glass on the ground. There's not a piece of food on the ground. Predominantly, there are elves that are sitting down in here. There's beautiful glasses that are metal and silver and gold that have wine that's being poured into it. There's no ale. There's wine. There's cheese. There's bread. And the individual that is sitting behind the bar that is currently a circle. So the middle of the bar is a circle that goes or loops around. There's only probably, I would say, maybe like 5 or 6 tables that are like in the open area. And the bartender and owner that is currently standing in the opposite direction, facing the opposite way of once you guys had entered, says, so we have what appears to be an elf, a kobold, and an air ganassi. Interesting. And he's not even looking at you.
Hello. My name is Salathil. Can I get a table or anything around here?
Well, you can sit down at the bar if you would like. But unfortunately, this is an exclusive bar. We don't typically serve kobolds or air ganassi, unfortunately. This is a predominantly elf bar, but being as not a lot of people are in, I guess I can serve you, but your friends are going to have to wait outside.
What time is it currently? How long did everything take?
You probably have about 30 minutes to get back to get changed and stuff, and it takes about 15, 20 to get back to the actual palace.
Like it's like about like 4 o'clock. So like our things weren't like happening simultaneously? It's like very long.
Yeah, it has and hasn't, but like overall, just in terms of everyone's time,
Okay.
it's getting a little bit later.
Or would you object to taking Crod back to the castle, and I have a word and a drink with the gentleman behind the bar?
I give him the stink eye, not Sailor Phil, but actually the bar owner.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure, let's go, Crot.
Thank you, Aura.
Here's some magic.
I'll pick Crod up and put him back down.
Crod doesn't understand, but Crod will go with Aura. We'll see you back. Okay, Sailithal.
I'll meet back up with you in a little bit. Okay, Crod?
Sounds good.
All right.
I'm gonna cast like levitate on Crot. I'm just gonna like have him like float above me.
Perfect.
We're gonna have fun.
Oh, this is great. Crod can see a lot from up here. Usually, I just see people's things that are between their legs and their butts.
Crot's essentially riding a cloud right now.
Yeah,
That's
he's like a Goku riding a cloud. He's just so happy. If no one knows that Dragon Ball reference, I'm sorry. Sailithal, you sit down at the bar, and there is only like one or two patrons, but they're sitting next to each other, and it looks like it's a date, so you're kind of not really acknowledging them. The bar owner turns to you and goes, "So, I apologize, but this is predominantly an elf bar." And as he turns and looks at you, you see that his eyes, that he is blind, and he cannot see you. But you know for a fact that you've heard of elves having a specific trait before. And he goes, "My name is Yenid. I apologize if my eyes begin to wander, but I can see, just, not actually." He has blind sight.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, Yenid.
Yenid.
Huh?
Yenid.
Yenid? Okay.
Yenid. Yes. Yenned.
Okay. Don't worry. I've run into a few like you back in Autumndale.
Yes.
I'm going to switch to Elvish.
Okay.
I've come across some rumors, some stories from less than a reputable source, and I was hopeful that you would be able to share some light. Do you know anything happening back in Autumndale that is related to, and I'll drop my voice a little bit, the cause?
You see his eyebrows raise, and he perks up a little bit and goes, "The cause. I do know. To put it simply, the cause is a organization that's been, in the midst of trying to overthrow Trolloc for quite some time. The organization has been formed for about, I would say, maybe like 10, 15 years. There really hasn't been a lot of motions that have gone with it, but they're trying to reclaim Trolloc, which was once promised to the elves, but is currently being held in with the humans. They're just trying to take that over. But I've been hearing rumors about them trying to overthrow other empires, but I don't think, given the fact that their members are only, let's say maybe like 1,000 at most, I don't think that they're going to achieve much success, but I do know they are growing. It's just taking a lot of time. That's Luke's legs.
I know.
As he as he's speaking, I'm going to start like fiddling with a like coin on the table. I'll say, and what? How much support does Autumndale give it?
Not much. I can say that. I know that some people that are maybe gotten in trouble with the law might head over to the cause, but there are bigger things that are at work, I would say.
Well,
Like you've been
thank you
hearing,
for-
you've been hearing the rumors about, people trying to overthrow Autumndale that are elves and they don't succeed. And you know that for a fact.
Yeah. I'll say, well, politics has never really been my thing. Aymar and Sari are too focused on the future. Pay attention to their son. I'll slap a few gold on the table, order a wine, and I'll sip it for as much time as I can before eventually heading back up to the castle.
Perfect. Yeah. He's good company. That you guys talk about like Autumndale. He obviously knows a lot about it. He's from a small town near Autumndale. But he moved over here with his family when he was younger, and he just, they tried to restore his eyesight. They opened a bar, and he's been running it after they had passed for a while. He's very good company. Seems really nice. He apologizes for not allowing his friends in here. It's just a lot of the patrons that come in here are like high noble elves, and he's just trying to maintain that reputation and that status. So
Clientele.
yeah, he just wants to continue that. And it's a very niche market. So you take your sips of your wine and you stay in good company. And I think at this point, all of you are headed back to the.
I had one more thing.
Okay.
I was gonna say to Karst if he wanted to go get that package delivered.
Yeah, we'll swing by on the way. I think Morge has a question too.
Marsh.
It is pushing 11:30, and I do have to, unfortunately, clock out. I'm an hour off.
Can you wait 5 minutes?
I just wanted to let everybody know.
Yeah, you're nearing your time. Totally get it. So we'll say for the sake of this, Karst, that you totally forgot the package in your room. Because is that okay for
We can do that for
to
the sake
happen,
of
or
it, yeah. That's fine.
just for the sake of it? All of you kind of meet simultaneously near the stairs headed up to the palace. And as you guys are beginning to walk up the palace, there's a loud ringing from the bell above in the tower. And it is like extremely loud. Like bang, 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 bang. The hustle and bustle of the city, you hear it just get eerily quiet. Guild members that are running outside and immediately looking up. Looking around probably northwest, you see appearing in the sunset from like where the sun is beginning to disperse down, a silhouette of what appears to be a large winged beast headed your way. That's where we're ending tonight.
Cool.
Cool.
Cool Z's.
Ooh.
Just so I know
cannot
for next episode.
It's
We
like
went
that
back to our room,
frickin'
right?
To be,
We were walking up the steps.
we're just at the
Okay.
entrance.
So we don't have all
Yeah.
of our stuff yet. Okay. Good to know.
Not quite.
It's like a
It's far enough away that you can see it, but it's far enough away that you guys would be able to get to where you need to go to grab your shit. So
Okay.
it's like that to be continued meme where it's just like dun, 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 dun. and then you see the dragon wing come in. You're like,
Assuming it is coming to attack us, though. Because we did steal a dragon egg, and dragon eggs have mama dragons, and...
Ooh,
well, we don't know what color it is.
we
You
don't.
just see silhouette of a winged beast that's headed your way.
Ha, we're level 3.
Maybe it's just a griffin.
We're in danger.
We're gonna die. Great.
Lawson.
Wait,
gave
can
us a
owlbears
We're
fly?
level 3 at episode 10.
I didn't even get my spin off yet.
Morch can't die.
Remember what I had said at the beginning. A lot of perimeters, a lot of guards around the perimeters. There's a lot of things that can happen.
Dragons can fly.
We'll
Or-
see what happens.
A lot of plot armor.
Lawson rolls 4 natural 20s in a row and destroys
I-
the entire town.
Let's see if I can roll another one tonight. Nope.
You can just
All right.
tell, you can just tell us if you want to get the game. You don't have to kill all of us off.
No worries. All right, guys. Well, I know it's late where Maya is, but those of you that tune in and are watching us, thank you. We appreciate you guys, and hit that subscribe button, follow us, and thank you.
Make sure to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, and all the stuffs.
Also, check your
All those
Twitch
stuffs.
primes. Click on that subscribe button, and if it says you can click on it, and if it says subscribe with Prime, you give us money. We like money. With the 6 of us, we can have about 80 cents each.
Which we will put towards everyone getting better headset, or we'll get Maya a headset for sure. All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in.
Was that the outro? Fuck, I fucked it up. Was that the outro? Okay.